Hello everyone! Today I'm going to take you on an exciting journey as we dive deep into the beautiful country of Nepal. From its ancient history, culture and religions to its transition from a Hindu kingdom to a federal democratic republic, we'll explore how Nepal has evolved over time. So stay tuned and let's begin this exploration together. Now I'll create a full, comprehensive account of Nepal from ancient times to the present, covering history, kingship, democracy, religion, society, population, culture, economy, and politics in one integrated narrative. I'll make it long, detailed, and structured so you can read it as a complete reference. Nepal, a complete historical, religious, cultural, and political overview. 1. Introduction. Nepal, officially the Federal Democratic Republic of Nepal, is a landlocked country located in the Himalayas between India and China. Known for its diverse geography, ethnic plurality, and rich cultural heritage, Nepal has been a crossroads of civilizations for thousands of years. Its history reflects the interweaving of indigenous traditions, Hindu and Buddhist influences, monarchical politics, and modern democratic reforms. Population 2021, approximately 16 million languages, Nepali official, plus 120, plus local languages, religion, Hinduism, 81%, Buddhism, tilde 9%, Islam, tilde 4%, Kairat, indigenous, tilde 3%, Christianity, tilde 1%. 1. Prehistoric and early settlements. Archaeological evidence shows human habitation in Nepal dating back tens of thousands of years. Early communities were hunter-gatherers and small agrarian groups in the Kathmandu Valley, Terai Plains, and hilly regions. Early religions were animistic, with worship of mountains, rivers, forests, and ancestors, a foundation for later Kirat and indigenous faiths. Migration patterns included Indo-Aryan populations from the south, India, and Tibeto-Burman groups from the north, Tibetan Plateau. 1. Kirat period, legendary c. 7th century BCE, 300 CE. The Kirat dynasty was the earliest recorded ruling dynasty in Nepal. Tribes included Rai, Limbu, Yaka, Sunuwar. Society organized into clans, strong emphasis on ancestral worship, nature worship, and shamanistic rituals. Cultural legacy, Kirat festivals, rituals, and oral histories survive to this day. Religion, polytheistic, animistic, and early Hindu-Buddhist influences started during trade with India. 1. Licchavi dynasty, c. 400–750 CE. Political power centralized in the Kathmandu Valley. Sanskrit inscriptions show the coexistence of Hinduism and Buddhism. Kings devoted to Vishnu, Shiva, and Buddha. Society, growth of urban settlements, trade, crafts, and administration. Cultural contributions, temples, monasteries, and the earliest written Nepali history. Nepal became a cultural and spiritual hub connecting India and Tibet. 1. Malla dynasty, c. 1200–1768. The Mallas ruled 3 city-states, Kathmandu, Bhaktapur, and Patan. Achievements: flourishing art, architecture, and culture. Construction of famous temples, palaces, stupas, and water systems. Religion, predominantly Hindu, but heavily patronized Buddhism. Society, urban, newer culture, dominated trade, guilds, and festivals. Decline: rivalries among Malla kings weakened political unity, paving the way for Gorkha unification. 1. Shah dynasty and unification of Nepal, 1768 CE. King Prithvi Narayan, Shah of Gorkha, unified Nepal, conquering Kathmandu Valley and surrounding kingdoms. Declared Nepal as Asal Hindustan, the true land of Hindus. Religion established a Hindu monarchy where kings were considered descendants of Vishnu. Politics, centralized state with military expansion into Himalayan borderlands. Significance: modern Nepal as a nation-state was created. 1. Maluki Ain and State Hinduism, 1854. Legal codification that formalized caste hierarchy and social laws based on Hindu principles. Social impact: defined roles, duties, and restrictions. Entrenched inequality. Religion: Hinduism became the state religion, though other faiths were tolerated. Cultural impact: festivals, rituals, and royal ceremonies reinforced Hindu identity. 1. Rana oligarchy, 1846–1951. Jung Bahadur Rana seized power after the Kot massacre. Kings became figureheads. Isolationist policies, minimal foreign contact, education limited to elites, religion, Hindu monarchy symbolism retained, administration focused on family power. Society: Nepal remained agrarian and socially conservative. 1. Early democracy and political struggles, 1951–1960. King Tribhuvan allied with democratic forces to end Rana rule. A constitutional monarchy with multi-party democracy was attempted. Challenges: political parties were weak, rural areas lacked representation, and modernization was slow. 1. Panchayat system, 1960–1990. King Mahendra dissolved parliament, banned parties, and introduced partyless governance. The king ruled as absolute monarch, claiming unity and development as justification. Religion: Hindu state symbolism reinforced, religious minorities tolerated but not empowered. Economy: infrastructure improved slightly, but political freedom was restricted. 1. Constitutional monarchy, 1990–2005. 1990 People's Movement forced King Birendra to accept multi-party democracy. Parliament formed, civil liberties expanded, monarchy remained ceremonial. Social changes: expansion of education, NGOs, media, urbanization increased. Minority religions, Buddhist, Kirat, Muslim, Christian, gained limited recognition. 1. Maoist insurgency, 1996–2006. Causes: poverty, caste inequality, landlessness, political exclusion. Maoist strategy: guerrilla warfare, mobilization of marginalized groups. Outcome: over 17,000 deaths, widespread displacement. Political consequence: Maoists gained political legitimacy, pushing for secularism and abolition of monarchy. Religion: the insurgency did not target religion directly, but the push for equality undermined the Hindu monarchy's religious authority. 1. 2006 People's Movement and abolition of monarchy. Jan Andalan II, mass protests forced King Gyanendra to restore parliament. 2008, monarchy formally abolished. Nepal became a federal democratic republic. Secularism introduced. Hindu Rashtra revoked to recognize ethnic and religious pluralism. Significance: marks the transition from divine kingship to republican democracy. 1. Religion in modern Nepal: Hinduism, majority religion, 81%, shaping daily life and festivals. Buddhism: strong cultural and historical influence. Lumbini is the Buddha's birthplace. Kirat and indigenous faiths, persistent in eastern hills, recognized constitutionally. Islam: minority religion, mainly in Terai Plains. Christianity: small but growing, protected under secular law. 1. Demography, languages and ethnic composition. Population: approximately 29–16 million. Languages: Nepali official, over 120 local languages spoken. Ethnic diversity: Chetri, Brahmin, Magar, Tharu, Tamang, Newar, Rai, Limbu and others. Urbanization: Kathmandu Valley and major cities expanding. Migration to Gulf countries significant. 1. Economy and modern challenges. Economy: historically agrarian, now heavily reliant on remittances and services. Development challenges: poverty, political instability, infrastructure gaps, natural disasters, earthquakes, floods. Migration: millions work abroad, shaping social and economic patterns. 1. Federal Democratic Republic, 2008 present political system. President, head of state, Prime Minister, head of government. Constitution, 2015, secular, federal, inclusive governance. Issues: federalism, disputes, ethnic representation, political party instability. Religion: secular state, all religions protected, Hinduism still culturally dominant. 1. Chronological timeline, key events. Year event: prehistoric early human settlements, c. 7th century BCE, Kirat rule 563 BCE, birth of Buddha in Lumbini 400–750 CE, Licchavi dynasty 1200–1768, Malla period 1768. Prithvi Narayan Shah unifies Nepal 1846–1951, Rana oligarchy 1951, end of Rainas, start of constitutional monarchy 1960–1990, Panchayat system 1990. Constitutional monarchy, restored 1996–2006, Maoist insurgency 2006, People's Movement 2, 2008, monarchy abolished, republic declared 2015, new constitution, secular federal republic 1. Why Hindu Rashtra ended Maoist insurgency, demanded equality and secularism, ethnic and religious diversity. Hindu state couldn't satisfy all groups, global democratic trends, pushed secularism, monarchy, discreditation. Royal massacre and King Gyanendra's rule, public demand. 2006 People's Movement supported secularism and federalism. 1. Summary: Nepal's history reflects layers of cultural, religious and political evolution. 1. Indigenous and Kirat cultures, early animism and shamanism. 2. Licchavi dynasty, Hindu-Buddhist synthesis. 3. Malla dynasty, artistic golden age, urban culture. 4. Shah dynasty and unification, Hindu monarchy. 5. Rana oligarchy, centralized isolationist rule. 6. Democracy movements and panchayat, shifting governance. 7. Maoist insurgency and people's movement, end of monarchy. 8. republic and secular constitution. Modern Nepal, multi-ethnic, multi-religious democratic Nepal today is a federal democratic republic with secularism in law, Hinduism dominant in culture, and a mosaic of ethnic and religious communities contributing to its national identity. The legend of Sita's birthplace. In Hindu tradition, Nepal's Janakpur is believed to be the birthplace of Sita, the wife of Lord Rama from the Ramayana. The Janaki Mandir temple stands there today, and every year thousands of pilgrims visit during Vivaha Panchami to reenact the wedding of Ram and Sita. The living goddess Kumari in Nepal is one of the only places in the world where a living goddess, Kumari, is worshipped. A young girl from the newer community is chosen as the Kumari of Kathmandu and lives in the Kumari Gar palace. She is regarded as the embodiment of the goddess Talayu. Festivals like Indra Jatra feature her blessings, and this tradition has continued for centuries. The Buddha's birthplace, Lumbini. Though Nepal was once officially a Hindu kingdom, it is also the birthplace of Siddhartha Gautama, Lord Buddha, who was born in Lumbini around 563 BCE. This makes Nepal a spiritual center for Buddhists worldwide. Pilgrims from India, Tibet, Japan, Sri Lanka, and beyond visit Lumbini every year. Unification by Prithvi Narayan Shah. Before 1768, Nepal was divided into many small kingdoms. King Prithvi Narayan Shah of Gorkha unified them into one nation. He famously described Nepal as a garden of 4 castes and 36 ethnic groups, a metaphor for unity in diversity. The tale of Mount Everest, called Sagarmatha in Nepali, Chomolungma in Tibetan, is Nepal's pride. Sir Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay Sherpa were the first to officially reach the summit in 1953. Since then, Sherpas have become world famous for their courage in mountaineering. Everest is not only a mountain but a symbol of human determination. From Hindu kingdom to secular republic, for centuries Nepal was the only Hindu kingdom in the world. After the Civil War and the end of monarchy in 2008, it was declared a secular federal democratic republic. This was controversial. Many still want Nepal to be a Hindu Rashtra, while others support secularism. Nepal, land of history, culture and diversity. Today, we're going to dive deep into the beautiful country of Nepal. From ancient history and religion to modern democracy, from majestic mountains to vibrant festivals, Nepal is a land of wonder and diversity. Let's explore together. Origins and early history. Nepal's history stretches back thousands of years. The earliest known settlers were indigenous tribes, including the Kirat people like Rai, Limbu and Yakha. They worshipped nature, mountains, rivers and ancestors, and their spiritual practices laid the foundation for Nepal's rich cultural traditions. Over time, Hinduism and Buddhism arrived and intertwined with local beliefs. The Licchavi dynasty, c. 400–750 CE, ruled from the Kathmandu Valley, encouraging both Hindu and Buddhist practices. Later, the Malla kings, 1200–1768, built magnificent temples, palaces and art, turning Nepal into a hub of culture and architecture, unification and the Hindu kingdom. In 1768, King Prithvi Narayan Shah of Gorkha unified the scattered small kingdoms into modern Nepal. He called it Asal Hindustan, the true land of Hindus, and established a Hindu monarchy. The king was regarded as a living incarnation of Lord Vishnu, and Hinduism became the state religion. During the 18th and 19th centuries, the Rana oligarchy ruled Nepal, keeping it isolated but preserving Hindu traditions. Laws like the Muluki Ain codified caste and religious practices, shaping society for centuries. Struggle for democracy. In 1951, King Tribhuvan helped end the Rana rule, bringing the first democratic movement. Later, King Mahendra introduced the Panchayat system, a form of absolute monarchy without political parties. In 1990, after the People's Movement, constitutional monarchy and multi-party democracy were restored. However, political instability and inequality led to the Maoist insurgency, 1996–2006, demanding secularism, equality, and the end of monarchy. The movement, combined with public protests, ended royal rule. In 2008, Nepal became a federal democratic republic, and the monarchy was officially abolished. Religion and spiritual heritage. Nepal is deeply spiritual, with Hinduism 81%, Buddhism 9%, Kirat and indigenous faiths 3%, Islam 4%, and Christianity 1%. Lumbini in southern Nepal is the birthplace of Siddhartha Gautama, Lord Buddha. Hindu sites like Pashupatinath Temple and Janaki Mandir in Janakpur attract pilgrims from across the world. The Kumari, or living goddess, still resides in Kathmandu, blessing people during festivals like Indra Jatra. Even though Nepal is now secular, Hindu culture and festivals remain central to daily life. Festivals and dances. Nepal is famous for its vibrant festivals. Indra Jatra. In Kathmandu, people celebrate with masked dances, chariot processions and Laki dance, featuring demon-like figures symbolizing the victory of good over evil. Duda dance during Maghe Sankranti. In Western Hills, communities perform circle dances with folk songs to celebrate harvest and winter solstice. Gai Jatra. Families honor deceased loved ones with colorful costumes, humorous dances, and processions blending grief and celebration. Newer dances, Chua Biscuit Jatra. Storytelling dances depict Hindu epics with masks and intricate choreography. Dashain and Tihar. Across villages, traditional folk dances accompany drumming, singing, and rituals celebrating prosperity, life, and devotion. Mountains and natural heritage. Nepal is home to Mount Everest, Sagarmatha Chomolungma, the highest peak in the world. Climbers like Sir Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay achieved global fame, reaching its summit in 1953. The Himalayas are not just mountains. They are symbols of courage, endurance, and Nepalese pride. Modern Nepal today. Nepal is a federal democratic republic with a president as head of state and a prime minister as head of government. Its population is about 29.16 million, speaking over 120 languages and consisting of multiple ethnic groups. The country faces challenges like political instability, poverty and migration, but it also thrives culturally with diverse religions, festivals and arts. Closing message, and that brings us to the end of our journey through Nepal. From its ancient tribes and kings to Buddha's birthplace, from Hindu kingdoms to democratic republic, and from mountains to mesmerizing festivals, Nepal is truly a land of beauty, faith, and resilience. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this dive into Nepal, share your thoughts and stay connected for more explorations. And that brings us to the end of our journey through Nepal. From its rich history as a Hindu kingdom to its transformation into a democratic republic, from the majestic Himalayas to its diverse cultures and religions, Nepal truly stands as a land of beauty, faith, and resilience. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this dive into Nepal, don't forget to share your thoughts and stay connected for more explorations. Until next time, take care and keep discovering the world around you. Goodbye.